Welcome to another bonus edition of Upon Further Review.
Upon further review,
And in this edition, we'll be talking about the New York Jets versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And you can catch this Week 9 matchup on November 2nd at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And they'll be aired on your local CBS affiliates. The Jets are 1-7 going into this game, and the Chiefs are 4-3. The Jets' lone victory came in Week 1 at home against Oakland, and they've lost the last 7 games they've played, as they went to Green Bay and lost to the Packers, then they lost at home to the Bears and the Lions, then they went to San Diego, lost to the Chargers, hosted the Broncos and lost, went to New England and lost a tight game to the Patriots, and then last week they hosted the Buffalo Bills, their division rivals, and they got beaten by 20 points in a game that saw a lot of turnovers, and we also saw Michael Vick as well. But even still, Michael Vick is not starting this game against Kansas City. It's going to be Geno Smith. And Kansas City, they started off with a pair of losses in the first 2 games, as they hosted the Titans in Week 1 and they lost that game. Then they went to Denver. They almost came back, but they came up short and they lost to the Broncos. But then in Week 3, they traveled to Miami and they picked up their first victory. And in Week 4 on Monday Night Football, they hosted the Patriots and they blew them out as they got their record to 500. Then in Week 5, they went to San Francisco and they lost to the 49ers. They had their bye week in Week 6, and in Week 7, they went to San Diego and they beat a very good Chargers team. Although the Chargers a little bit injury, when it comes to the running back position, but they beat them by a field goal. Very impressive late victory, late field goal there. It was a heck of a game. And then in Week 8, they hosted the St. Louis Rams, the Battle of Missouri, as they beat the Rams pretty decisively. And so here they are, hosting the Jets in Week 9, and they should win this game, like running away with it. But let's look at the injury list. The Jets have like a lot of players listed, but they all were full participants in practice. So expect to see any and every Jet that you can think of. I mean, the list goes on and on. They have over a dozen guys on this list, but they all participated. So you will see, like Eric Decker, David Harris, Geno, Curley, Mangold, all these guys, a bunch of guys. Just the list goes on and on for the Jets. With the Chiefs, they've got some players out. Jamel Fleming, Joshua Martin, Christopher Owens, Donnie Avery, they're all out. James Berry was limited in practice. Jamal Charles, Anthony Fasano, Philip Gaines, Cyrus Gray, Kenneth Hemingway, Travis Kelce, Michael McGlynn, Alexander Smith, and Sean Smith are all listed as probable, but they were full participants in practice this week, so they should be good to go. And that's good for the Chiefs, as they are definitely going to need Jamal for sure. Of course, they could probably win this one even without Jamal, but let's look inside the numbers. The Jets, when it comes to passing proficiency, passing yards per game, they are dead last, 32nd through the air in yards per game. The Chiefs are 29th. They're not much better, as they are struggling to put up yards through the air as well. And then we look at the passing defense of both of these teams. The Jets are 14th in the NFL in yards allowed through the air per game, and the Kansas City Chiefs are number 1. They have the number 1 passing defense in the NFL. Not like they're going to need it against the Jets, but they've got it. So definitely the advantage goes to the Chiefs for sure when it comes to the passing game. I mean, it's a given. And then when we look at the running offense of each of these teams, the Jets are ranked number 4 in running yards per game. The Chiefs are ranked number 3. So 2 teams that can run the ball. And then when we look at running defense, the Jets are 5th and the Chiefs are 18th in rushing yards allowed. So the advantage on the ground goes to the Jets. Even though the Chiefs, they're all about running the ball when it comes to their offense, and they should put up a lot more yards on the ground than the Jets. The Jets do have a good run defense, whereas Kansas City allows yards on the ground. They don't allow it on the pass, though, so expect to see a lot of running in this game from both teams. Then we look at points for and against. When it comes to points scored, the Jets are 28th in points per game. The Chiefs are 11th. When it comes to points against, the Jets are 30th. The Chiefs are 3rd. So the clear advantage there goes to Kansas City by far. The Jets, they can't put points on the board. They can't stop teams from scoring. The Chiefs don't put up a lot of points, but they put them up though. They're right there on the edge of being in the top 10. They're 11th. But they do not let teams score. They are really good on defense, and a lot of that has to do with their passing defense, with their pass rush. They've been getting after the quarterback. They've been getting lots of sacks. Just last week, Houston had 3 sacks. Expect to see him in the backfield terrorizing Geno and Michael Vick. It's a matter of how long is Geno Smith going to last in this game, really. I mean, I don't like to, pile up on Geno. I actually don't think he's that bad, but he's looking like he's that bad, the way he played last week. And I don't know if it's just their pass protection or what, but he's just not getting it done. And not that Michael Vick did any better. He had, Geno had 3 interceptions, Michael had 1, and he had 4 fumbles. Like, what? It's just crazy. There's lots of problems there. But that's a good news for Kansas City fans, because the Kansas City Chiefs should just, blow out the Jets. Jamal Charles should have a huge day. The whole team should have a huge day. You even expect to see Alex Smith put up some big numbers. It's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get ugly quick, too. I mean, I expect to see the Chiefs defense be getting sacks, turnovers. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Chiefs score in this game on defense. Special teams also. I mean, the Chiefs, don't be surprised if they put up 50 points in this game. I mean, it's going to get ugly. Maybe the Jets make it somewhat interesting. They do have a run defense, so they do have, that matchup that, kind of could make it an interesting game, that maybe they're able to shut down the run, and, the Chiefs don't really pass the ball, so maybe that's somehow will make it a competitive game. But realistically speaking, I think the Chiefs are just going to destroy the Jets in this game. That's what I think. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Interested to read your thoughts and opinions. If you enjoy this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you enjoy the content, go ahead and hit subscribe, as we bring you upon further reviews and recaps of every single NFL football game each and every single week throughout the season and the playoffs, all the way through the Super Bowl. We also just got done covering the MLB playoffs. We do college football as well. We had to take a little break on the college football during the baseball playoffs, but now that the baseball playoffs are done, we'll be able to get back to doing that. So keep an eye out for that as well. We also do some other stuff too. But right now, I just want to say thank you very much for listening. It's greatly appreciated. I hope you're having a good day and have a great weekend and enjoy all the sports.